Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods, and today guys, we've got kind of a bittersweet thing that's coming to an end today. Now, back in October the 30th, 2020, I started a build, and wow, what can I say? It's been a heck of a journey, and that journey is finally coming to an end today. We are going to be doing the last 3 issues of our Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. So we have issues 156, 157 and 158. Now we don't have 159. Fan Home have decided not to go with it. That was sort of a book with all the instructions in, and it was also a cover for the DeLorean. Now Fan Home are not going with that, so we don't actually have that issue. But we are going to be finishing off the DeLorean. October the 30th, 2020, I started this build. So we're talking 3.5 years later that we are actually going to be finishing this build. It's the longest build I've ever done. It's certainly had its ups and downs, and its difficult issues, and companies going out of business, and breaks, and uncertainty, and companies taking it on, and what can you say? But I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it from day one, and it's very rare you can say that about a build. Some days you have good days, some days you have bad days with them. I've loved this right from the start. I always wanted that car, and I was luckily enough able to do this. So we are going to be finishing off our DeLorean. Now, I'm going to do the issues, I'm going to record the issues as you would do normally. And then I'm going to explain a couple of things, and then I'm going to do a showcase at the end of this video where I'm going to show you every single car that you can have configured in with your DeLorean. So from Back to the Future 1 all the way up to Back to the Future 3, because we have the ability to produce that car, because I wanted to take this as far as I could go, and I have. And I also said it was going to be one of the most modified vehicles that I would ever do, or part works I would ever do, and also that has come true as well. So this is, I'm glad, I'll be glad to finish her, but it'll also be sad because I feel like this part work and this build has been with me for a very, very long time. It's kind of not shaped who the channel is, but it's just been there. It's always been there, and it's going to be pretty hard to say goodbye, but I get to view it, I get to look at it, and I get to think, that was 3.5 years, that was really, really worth it. Anyway, enough of me rambling on. Let's get on and finish the issues today, and let's get this baby built. So, with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay guys, so issue 156, here we go. This is the final push. Now, it would be no surprise to tell you there is not much to do in these last few stages. We're just going to finish off our last railroad tie. So, here we go. Put these on the end. Just like we've done a million times. And we need to secure them in with 4 EP screws. I am going to be sad to see this one go, because I've really enjoyed it. I've got to admit, I've really enjoyed the build. Okay, these final packs have been a little bit tedious in places, doing these railroad ties and everything, but I just love building that car. Okay, so that is all our EP screws in. Next, it wants these bits we've had in a previous issue. You guys know how these are going to go on. So you got one on there, one on there, and we're going to secure that down with 2 EP screws, and I just knocked them off, but hey ho. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit bittersweet, this one, but I've always enjoyed doing it, and the problems we had with the business with Fan Home hasn't helped. And yeah, I think enough said on that as the sorry, not Fan Home, Eagle Moth. What am I saying? I think enough said on that one, the better. Right, they're in place now. So once we've done that, we need to bring our railroad across. So here it is, and we're just going to be securing these together. There we go, and they are secured in with, again, 2 EP screws. So yeah, it's going to be it'll be sad, it really will, but all good things, as they say, must come to an end. At least I won't be doing this much anymore. Okay, so that's connected up. We're going to flip this over, just like that. And one of the last things we need to do is we need to put in the chairs. These are going to be going in just down onto here, just like that. And they're going to be screwed in with 4 EP screws. Oh, let's see if they're giving us... Oh, got one extra there. So let's screw these in. Yeah, that's another one in. Now, when I get my new room, my new modelling room in a couple of months, let's just say this car is definitely going in it in pride of place, because it looks amazing. Okay, so that is it all in place, what we have to do in this issue. Now, it does in the instructions show the railroad in place. I've obviously put mine aside as you've seen me do this, and then what I'll do is I'll put them all on at the end. But that is stage or issue 156 complete. Okay, so on to 157. We've got some more of these to put in. These chairs, these are going to go on here. Now this issue does finish this railroad off finally, so I am happy about that. So they're just going to go in there, and we need to secure them in with 8 EP screws. Whew. So not too many. But this does finish us off, which would be nice to finally say this is done. This has been, I think this has been the most, I don't know, I can understand what people say when they find it quite a little bit boring, really, doing this. I was quite enthusiastic at the start of this, but I can see why. Was it an extra 29 issues you were doing this? But I suppose it was really only the hood box to do for the number 3 car and the train wheels, so you know, is what it is. Okay, so we're getting there with these. Looking brilliant. And one last one. All these will be in place. There we go. Right, so now I'm going to put on the railroad. So if I go to the overhead camera, now these are pretty easy. Just, you literally just slide these on. So slide them in from either end. Slide them down. I believe there should be 4 on each side. Now I am going to be putting mine on the railroad tracks that the Mike Lane ones that I won from Will's workshop. But this is great for just finishing off some of the pictures. But this will give it some weight, because these railroads are pretty heavy. It'd be nice to have the train on something like this, the Jules Verne train. Okay, so that is all of the railroad tracks are on, and that is this issue complete also. That is definitely some weight now that they're all done. So, not much to say on that one. I'm glad it's done. And we can continue now. And yeah, that's taken its time though. That really has taken its time. It does look superb. A little bit toyish, I would think, in places, but that's just my opinion. So that is issue 157 complete. Okay guys, so here we have, this is the final issue of our build, 158. Like I said, the original run with Eagle Moss was 159. Issue 159 was a cover and a book with all the instructions in. Fan Home are not going with that, which is fine. That is no problem at all. So what I'm going to do is we can do this. This is going to be our last issue. I may try and source issue 159 off the internet if I can. Try and see if I can get hold of it, because I would like it, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is it. So let's get this open. I'm not pre-opening this one. What the heck? Let's do it on camera. So we've got some AM screws. We have some TM screws. And we have some bits. So this is our last railroad wheel. So let's have a look. And the first thing we need to do is we need to put this bit onto here. Okay, so that is onto there. And we need to secure that in with AM screws. It actually normally tells you with a screw in the diagram, but it hasn't done this time. So I mean, I should know. I've done another 3 of these wheels, but it's always good to double check. Okay, so AM. That was the last one. That may cause a little bit of bother. Just the way it is. Okay. Now, I forget that I'm actually going to go into metal on this one. So, let's get some oil ready. Anything. Now it should do, because the screws just popped out. Sorry, it's just not. I really need to magnetise this screwdriver. Right, it's going in. like it doesn't want to be built. Okay, so that is another railroad wheel. Wow. So the next thing what it's asking us to do is it's actually explaining how we put these onto the car. Now I'm going to do it as per instructions. I'm going to put this on and then I'm going to make sure that we can put this on the railroad ties, and I'll show you the end of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a showcase showing all the vehicles. So I'm just going to pause while I go get the car and then we'll come back. Okay, here we are back with the car. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to concentrate on changing this wheel here. I'm only going to do one wheel on camera and then I'll do the other three off camera. So what I'm going to do now, this is a stand I have. It's actually an RC stand I've had for years, but it's going to allow me, if I balance that correctly, it's going to allow me just to be able to raise the car off the ground. So I need to take the hubcap off, the hubcap. Now remember, these were, I replaced mine with the Mike Lane ones, so I've got the little magnetic thing here, and that just takes that off. Now I still kept my little box from Mike Lane where these came in, so I'm just going to stick that into there. And you can see that, there we go. And what we're going to do, we're going to take this wheel off. Now we have to be careful because of what's just happened there. That has got the tendency to do that, and it is possible for it to break. So we have to be careful here. So I'm going to take the screw out of here. Which should allow this wheel to come off, which it does. Now these screws I'm going to keep in my little box so I know I can change the wheels. It's handy to keep these little boxes just in case whatever mode you want this car to be in, or whatever film you want to depict it. Okay, so we need to put our wheel on. So we're going to place the wheel on just like that, as you can see. Then we need to get a TM screw, and all throughout getting the railroads we were given these little plastic washers, so we need to put the TM screw and the washer on. And what we're going to do is we're going to screw that on. Now I'm just going to get my PH1 here just to give me a bit more torque on that. So it doesn't screw in that much, but there we have it. Then we're just going to get our wheel cap, and they're just going to go on there just like so. And that's it. That's all it does to put the rail wheels on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to replace all the other three wheels off camera, and we'll come back on, and then when we come back on we can show this being put onto the railroad tracks and this actually being finished up to 159. So back in a sec.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, so here we go. The wheels are on. I've got the train track laid out, and we're going to put this on. I'm going to make sure I'm on at the other end, which which is hard to see than what it surely should be, but there we have it. There is our Back to the Future 3 car. Now I'm just going to go to the side camera, because there we can see the car on the railroads, looking amazing. I've actually put the Mr. Fusion on for this, and I've actually put the Back to the Future 2 barcode number plate on. Truly amazing. I honestly can't believe I have got to this. This has been a labour of love, but that, if the camera was straight, is one pretty darn looking car. You can just sort of see the hood box just there. And it's huge and heavy as well. But that is a done. I just point that down. Wouldn't want to go, would it? That's because I've got the tripod wrong. Sorry about the dizzy cam. There we go, guys. Oh, decided to go to a camera that's not even working. So I'll go back to it. Sorry about that. There we go. That is our car on the railroad. There we have overhead. Looking nice. This thing isn't to be played with on a railroad though. It's not. It's designed just to be a nice static model to display. And I am going to take great pride in displaying this. Now, like I said, I do have the Mike Lane railroad tracks from competition I won over at Will's Workshop. This is what this will be displayed on. But this is amazing. I am well chuffed. So guys, that's it for stage or issue 158. There is no more to build on the DeLorean whatsoever. We are at the end. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness, wow. So when I stop recording this bit, we'll go over to the nice showcase sort of shots. You'll see it in its entirety. But oh, I am so impressed. I can't believe that this is over. I've got no more to build on this. Well, apart from that, I can change it to whatever vehicle I want. So guys, that is issue 158 complete, and that is the DeLorean 1/8 scale done. guys, I hope you enjoyed that little showcase at the end. That was a real pleasure to do. It has taken me quite a few hours to record all this. Obviously, when you're changing it from car to car, there's a lot of work. You've got to change the wheels and bits and pieces. But I'm really pleased how she's turned up. Now, she's up there at the moment. She's still in the back to one car because I went from basically backwards. I went from number 3 all the way back to number 1. And I'm just going to stay like that until we do have the new modelling room in August, where I will be displaying her properly. She will be with me in that room. I'm really impressed. I mean, I've had the family come down. They've all looked at her and can't believe the amount of detail that's in this build. And it's been a pleasure to build it. There's also quite a few people to thank for this. There is model mods for the model of the flux capacitor and Christmas tree. Also, Chloe sent me some bits as well for just showing support. So thank you very much, model mods. Mike Lane as well. Some of his mods have been absolutely fantastic for this, and I don't think it'll be the car without it. And there's also patchwork upgrades as well. So they've done the blueprint for the Delorean and stuff. So, you know, thank you to all them companies that have helped bring this model to where it is now. I really can't believe I'm towards the end, and it's been enjoyable, guys. It's been emotional because that was started in lockdown, and it's had its ups and downs, but she's finished. I'm really chuffed she's finished. And yeah, I'm just glad I got to take her to the number 3 car because it does look better than what I ever thought it would do. And that is the main thing. So thank you for watching. Thank you for following on for the past near 4 years, which is quite a long time to build a model. But it's been worth it. It's been very, very much worth it. And I can't wait to display her in the new model room coming up this summer. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. There's no more really to say on that one. It's been quite an emotional recording as this one, but it's really nice to have it done now. And yeah, I can't say anymore. I'm always speechless at the end of models because it's just so worth it. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please could you give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell and you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, stay safe and bye for now.